NHS needs 4% extra of taxpayers' money every year to keep pace. I mean, if you think children who before would die of leukemia are now living, everybody's living longer. I mean, of course, it's going to cost more and more money. The crisis actually is because we don't have a social care plan. So we have masses and masses of people in hospital who shouldn't be in hospital. They should be in care homes or even in the community, but we don't have proper social care. There's 100,000 employee vacancies for the NHS, partly actually caused by Brexit. And on top of that, whenever there are rethinking, we have a government reorganisation that costs millions and doesn't do anything. I mean, actually, what we need to do is to take the NHS as it is seriously. I mean, I am old enough to have gone through decade after decade of people saying what we need is to reform something different. Actually, what we need is to actually look at the NHS and put the money where it's needed instead of these ridiculous reorganisations.
Mark, it isn't a bottomless pit. It simply needs a little more money.
Well, I agree with Scarlett. I mean, it's a truism, isn't it? If you do spend more money on things, you tend to get better results. But Bev, you said at the top of the item that the NHS has been our jewel in the crown. You know what? I'm not so sure. I think here in the UK, we have a bit of a little Englander attitude towards it. We consider it to be the envy of the world, but it's pretty remarkable that virtually no other country in the world has sought to replicate our system. What are they doing wrong? I mean, apparently they're looking over the English Channel to us, green with envy, but are all too foolish to have an NHS themselves. I think the time's come to have a fundamental look at our healthcare system and to ask ourselves, might it just be possible that we've got more to learn from the rest of the world than to teach it? Might it just be possible that the Dutch or the Swiss or the Germans have actually found a better mechanism of providing healthcare to their entire population than we have? And I think if you start looking through the statistics, Bev, you were mentioning, I mean, the NHS seems to be permanently in crisis every winter for sure, and beyond that as well. That doesn't happen in Germany. It's apparently not a surprise to the German healthcare system that it gets cold in winter. So I wonder whether post-pandemic we should really have a survey of the entire healthcare schemes across the Western world and ask ourselves, are we certain the NHS is the best one? Because I'm not at all sure it is.